Hi, I'm Mark Fletcher, ENP, and I'm Vice President of Public Safety Solutions at 911inform. The following is an audio version of my latest article in Police.com magazine. What does my tech do? My technology can speed up response to emergency calls. Enjoy the article, and please remember to like and subscribe. In a world where businesses have successfully navigated the transition to advanced digital communications and high-speed data connectivity, the Internet of Everything has swaddled the public in a warm, hyper-connected blanket of assurance regarding 911. Arguably, though, a dichotomy still exists between the technology used by the general public and that used in public safety networks designed to protect the same constituents. Thanks to TV dramas and movies, those looking in from outside the industry are sheltered from the fact that most often these critical resources remain in the proverbial digital dark ages. Enhanced 911. Since February 16, 1968, when the very first 911 call was made in rural Haleyville, Alabama, the technology used to reach emergency services has remained virtually unchanged. While there remains general caution behind not deploying unvetted life safety technology, especially on citizens, a happy medium must be found, allowing safe innovation to evolve. For example, the capabilities of modern IP-enabled next-generation 911 networks, known as Next Generation 911, provide a new digital superhighway that allows intelligent information to reach public safety. This opens a door for additional awareness on emergency events, whether it's an emergency 911 phone call, press of a panic button, or an intelligent Internet of Things sensor indicating a dangerous situation like smoke, fire, or even a chemical odor. Today's current E911 technology challenge begins with the network itself. This aged analog architecture was designed and built with only the available technology over 5 decades ago. That was back in the mid-60s, before modern digital networks even existed. The 911 system was a purpose-built, siloed solution. Its primary purpose was to enable a single, easy-to-remember, 3-digit short code, 911, routing a caller to a local emergency service based on that device's location. The thought of actually delivering any additional data, be it caller location or situational awareness, didn't even exist at the time. However, location information was still important, and that location problem was solved in the 1980s by correlating the device location with the device's telephone number, hence the addition of caller ID into the telephone network. Since devices typically remained at a single fixed location, as user mobility wasn't really an option, this allowed the caller's address information to be reliably obtained through a reverse number lookup function. Problem solved, and this network enhancement provides the E in the E911 system that remains in place today. Problems with the cloud. One thing that is very different today on E911 is that the cloud is often utilized to support centralized communications infrastructure and provide that convenient work-from-anywhere environment supporting multi-line telephone systems or MLTS users. The one downside of this architecture is that telephone trunk lines are no longer physically located local to the caller. Unintentionally and usually unnoticed, this change often impacts 911 calls by routing them to the wrong emergency communication center, known as an ECC, as well as delivering incorrect location reporting to first responders. The MLTS doesn't really understand where a user is located and has no way of communicating that information to the E911 network. The issue gets compounded by nomadic users moving to other facilities where they likely didn't know their street address or how to effectively communicate their location in a building to an emergency dispatcher. This can add precious minutes to the call and response. Over the years, several incidents occurred, but were often dismissed as a glitch in the network. No one took the time to understand what occurred, and the incidents were explained away with technical jargon that few would actually understand. Over time, the stories would fade away into folklore and leave the cause dangerously buried within the systems. Taking a deep look at the problem, the issue is not collecting location information. The challenge is actually getting that information into the public safety network and doing it in real time. That archaic method of correlating phone numbers to fixed locations someplace in a public safety safety database worked well when the world did not have nomadic devices, as well as the number mobility afforded to us today. The databases that were in place had an update window of 24 to 48 hours, allowing users to move hundreds or thousands of miles before any updates got applied, even if they were made immediately. Another issue is the multiple appearances of devices with the same number. With a phone on my desk at the office, coupled with a soft phone on my laptop, reporting a 911 location with the phone number wasn't sufficient, as each device needed to be tracked individually, and the current location information needed to be sent in real time with the call. Unfortunately, this simply isn't possible with the E911 network that's deployed today. The solution. Next-generation 911 networks are quickly coming into existence, and in several states. Also, the federal government is expected to earmark $10 billion in funding, with monies coming from the Spectrum auction, which will help pay for a new national NENA I3 EZNet, or Emergency Services IP network. Plus, new transitional hybrid networks are available now that allow enterprises to build with tomorrow's technology today, sending fully compliant information into the network and allowing the network to translate into compatible information at the ECC. This way, enterprises can send information with full resolution and not have to worry about the delivery requirements at the ECC. The 911inform product provides a solution for the location problem. It is the only emergency notification and emergency management solution that'll provide both public safety and key building personnel with the ability to manage any emergency. The connected building platform provides emergency response teams with the bidirectional communication and controls that are needed to manage a crisis. This ends up saving valuable time. Precise emergency event notifications are provided to emergency responders by delivering digital map layouts of the facility, including connected building controls for doors and video camera access capabilities. Not only does this provide the required information for emergency events, but critical controls for tactical responses to active attacks. Facilities can also become a micro-geofence location, providing a notification of any emergency phone call placed within the geofence location border, notifying key personnel of that event. Embedded within the solution is a direct line of communication between building faculty, police dispatch, and the first responders through a single pane of glass interface. For example, at a school in New Jersey that uses the 911inform platform, an incident was picked up on exterior cameras located on the school property, but just outside of their building. A pedestrian had tripped and fell on a sidewalk. Since the cellular 911 call originated inside the school's geofence, internal staff was alerted, who immediately responded and provided aid while waiting several minutes for EMS to arrive. In other examples, access to door controls and video provided responders with remote control of the facility, allowing them to coordinate with first responders to provide the quickest, most appropriate levels of response and allowing the escalation or de-escalation as needed on a case-by-case basis, since responses can be modified in real time as live situational awareness provides the best common operating picture to all responding resources. Thanks for listening to this audio version of my latest article published in the digital edition of Police.com magazine. I'm Mark Fletcher, a certified NENA emergency number professional, and I'm Vice President of Public Safety Solutions at 911inform. You can follow me on Twitter at Fletch911, visit us on the web at www.911inform.com, or reach out to us to schedule a live demo at 1-833-333-1911. Thanks for listening, stay safe, and take care.